How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are dropping in price, going down quite a bit. And some of these on here, I don't think they're ever going to recover. I think that their best days are behind them and they are not coming back up. All right, so let's jump right into it. First, we got Punisher #1. This is the Unlimited series. A 9.4 is down 54% from $130 to $60. A 9.6 down 40% from $175 to $105, and a 9.8 down 47% from $504, now selling for only $267. Yeah, so they had an Unlimited series, which is the first start of the ongoing series, which is this. But before that, they had a limited series. They did a similar thing with Wolverine. So this is technically not Punisher's first solo series. But nonetheless, it's still his ongoing series. Still a good book to have. I think that the numbers aren't that bad. They might look, oh, they're going down, but these are from this peak. If you look at the graph, you can see that had the comic boom, but it's kind of just been, just right around where it was before, once the comic boom started. Hasn't really, like most comics, you see it go up and then straight back down. Not this one. I still think this is a good key. It's still relatively inexpensive. I think if you bought this at the peak of 504, I think you're fine. I think eventually this will break that peak. Next, we got New Gods #7, first appearance of Steppenwolf. An 8.0 is down 73% from 267 to 72. A 9.4 peaked back in 2017 at $700, now selling for $174, down 75%. And a 9.6 is down 47% from a peak back in 2018 for selling right under $1,000, now selling for $528. So the reason why this was popular is because during the Justice League movie, Steppenwolf was the bad guy in there. But that is, no longer the case. I just don't see this book ever returning back to its highs of $9.95 for a 9.6. I think if you bought that at $9.95 for a 9.6, I think it's going to be a very, very long time. I don't think it's ever going to recover. And I'm talking like in the next 10 years. 20 years down the line, sure. I don't really know what's going to happen with this character. It was never really a big character to begin with. And I mean, it was worth like at a 9.6, like a couple $100 before it got boosted up. Now it's sitting at $528. I think if you're the one that bought it at $528, I think you're fine. It might go down a little bit. You might get a little more, but I think it'll stay right around there. Another thing with this book is because nothing's really going to happen with this character, it's not going to see like this massive growth. It would see like maybe a slight increase over time. This barely anything at all. Not like too much, a little more than a normal book because at least it's somewhat of a key. But if you bought it for $9.95, you might be sitting, it might not come back to that high until like 20 or 40 years from now. So it'll be a while. Its best days are behind it, but also its worst days are behind it. So I don't see it massively dropping from here. Next, we got SpiderMan 361, the first appearance of Carnage. A 9.4 is down 77% from $600 to now $138. A 9.6 down 78% from $800 to $175. And a 9.8 is down 76% from $1,620 to $380. This was one of the first books I did on dropping series. And I thought that it would turn a corner. It has not. It just continues to drop month after month after month after month. I'm actually quite surprised. In the end, though, I think it's Carnage, great Spider-Man villain. It's still going to go up. Eventually, Carnage will show his way back up into some Spider-Man movies. Those Spider-Man movies make billions of dollars. They're going to continue until the end of time. So Carnage will eventually show up again. I'm not too worried about this at all. So if you're the one that bought it at $16.20, it'll be a while till it goes back up to that high, but it eventually will. Next, we got Savage She-Hulk #1. A 9.4 is down 63% from $613 to $225. A 9.6 down 73% from $850 to $233. And a 9.8 is down 68% from $1696 to $538. So this book looks very similar to Spider-Man 361. They both peaked around $1,600 for their top price, and they've been going down. Expect this book to follow suit because Spider-Man 361 is slightly ahead of the She-Hulk because the movie came out a little bit whiles ago. But so if it's selling for $538 right now, expect this book to be in the 400s, maybe in the 300s within the next 3 months or so. Now, it's a little different. It is a TV show versus a movie is the reason why it's popular. And the TV show hasn't been received that good. I think on Rotten Tomatoes, it's at a 40%. So that means 6 out of 10 people do not like this movie or TV show. Sorry. I don't see them making a season 2 just because of the pure fact that it hasn't been received very well. It's not even close to the most watched MCU TV show. So it doesn't have that going for it. I will think that they will put She-Hulk and other MCU projects like movies like popping up here and there and random things like that. But I just don't see her like this, like a breakout show and then just continue to make more and more seasons of it. Yeah, honestly, it is the first She-Hulk, so she is way more popular than, Steppenwolf. Will it see those nearly $1,600 highs again? Yes, eventually one day it will, but it's going to be a while. My suggestion is it's going to get even worse before it gets better. Expect this book to continue to drop for a lot longer. Then the dust will settle probably around the 300s for a 9.8, maybe 400 somewhere else where it's going to settle down, and then expect it to slowly kind of meander by, and then they'll have some announcement with She-Hulk in it, and then it'll spike again. But it'll be a while before it hits 1,700. All right, last on this list is Hulk 141, first appearance of Doc Samson. A 6.5 is down 38% from 237 to 147. An 8.5 is down 70% from 980 to 291. And a 9.4 is down 47% from 1,500 to 795. Doc Samson is not a huge character, but they haven't really utilized him in any MCU stuff. And let's face it, Hulk doesn't have a massive rogues gallery like Spider-Man or Batman. I would expect them to use some kind of iteration of Doc Samson. I know they used, I thought by name only, but like actually use Doc Samson in the future it's a higher possibility of something like that. I still think, there's just not that many keys in the Hulk run to begin with. And this is about it. If you paid that $1,500 price, it's a bit much, in my opinion. Will it see that price again in the next 10 years? Yes, it will. So I'm not too worried about it. Personally, I don't really like this book because when I was a kid, I had it. And I hated the fact that a mere human was getting the best of Hulk because Hulk is strongest there is. So I'm a little biased. Have a great weekend.